Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Unreal English. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. We're so happy you're here with us today.
On this channel, we help you learn natural, conversational English through real dialogues. If you're new here, welcome. We're so glad you found us.
And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for your continued support. You're the reason we keep creating these videos.
Before we start today's conversation, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our new content.
And if you find this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up. It's a small action that makes a huge difference in helping us reach more English learners.
Absolutely. Today, we're going to talk about something that millions of people around the world love. We're discussing Harry Potter.
This is such a fun topic because Harry Potter is incredibly popular globally, and being able to discuss books, movies, and pop culture in English is such a valuable skill.
Exactly. And talking about stories you love is a great way to practice English naturally. So today, we're going to have a conversation about the Harry Potter series, and you'll learn lots of useful vocabulary for discussing books and movies.
So just listen to how we talk about this topic naturally. You'll hear expressions for giving opinions, discussing characters, and talking about plots.
So, Sarah, I have a confession to make. I've never actually finished reading all the Harry Potter books.
What? Alex, how is that even possible? They're such amazing books.
I know. Everyone tells me that. I read the first 3 books when I was younger, but then I just stopped for some reason.
But you've seen the movies, right?
Yes, I've seen all the movies, some of them multiple times, actually. I really enjoyed them.
Well, I hate to be that person, but the books are so much better than the movies. There's so much detail and character development that the films just can't capture.
Everyone says that about every book-to-movie adaptation. But I believe you. The movies are already pretty long, so I can only imagine how much content they had to cut.
Exactly. Each book has so many subplots and background stories that just disappear in the movies. You really should read them all.
Maybe I will. So, are you a huge Harry Potter fan? Like, did you grow up with the series?
Absolutely. I started reading the books when I was 10 years old. I remember waiting desperately for each new book to come out. It was such an exciting time.
That must have been amazing, experiencing the story as it was being released. I can't imagine the anticipation between books.
It was incredible. We'd have these massive midnight release parties at bookstores. People would dress up as their favorite characters and wait in line for hours just to get the book at midnight.
That's such a cool cultural phenomenon. I don't think we'll ever have something quite like that again.
Probably not. Harry Potter was unique because it brought together readers of all ages. Kids, teenagers, adults, everyone was reading these books.
What do you think made the series so universally appealing?
I think it's because the themes are timeless. Friendship, courage, standing up against evil, dealing with loss. These are things everyone can relate to, regardless of age or background.
That makes sense. Plus, the magical world is so detailed and immersive. Who wouldn't want to receive a letter saying they're a wizard and can attend a magical school?
Right? I think every kid who read those books secretly hoped an owl would show up with their acceptance letter.
I definitely did. So let me ask you this. What's your favorite book in the series?
Ooh, that's such a hard question. They're all good for different reasons, but if I had to choose, I'd probably say the third one.
The Prisoner of Azkaban? That's interesting. Why that one?
I love how it introduces the complexity of the past and shows that things aren't always as simple as good versus evil. Plus, the time travel element is brilliant.
I agree. That was a really clever plot. And the movies did a good job with that one. The director made it visually darker and more mature.
Alfonso Cuarón directed that one, and he really shifted the tone of the series. After that, the films became more serious and less whimsical.
Which makes sense because the characters were growing up and the story was getting darker. What's your least favorite book?
I'd probably say the fifth one. Don't get me wrong, it's still good, but it's very long and Harry is so angsty throughout it.
I remember that. Even in the movie, he seems angry at everyone all the time.
To be fair, he's dealing with a lot. He witnessed something traumatic at the end of the previous book, and no one believes him about the villain's return. Plus, he's a teenager with hormones.
That's true. The books do a good job showing realistic teenage emotions, even in a magical setting.
Exactly. That's part of what makes the series so relatable. Let me ask you, who's your favorite character?
That's tough. I really like the main character's best friend, the loyal red-haired one. He provides great comic relief, but is also incredibly brave when it matters.
He's a wonderful character. Very underappreciated, I think. He lives in the shadow of his famous friend, but remains loyal throughout everything.
And he comes from a large, loving family, which provides a nice contrast to the main character's difficult home life.
The family dynamics in the series are fascinating. You have the protagonist who grew up without parents, then his friend with a huge, warm family, and the other friend with successful but somewhat distant parents.
I never thought about it that way, but you're right. Each of the main trio represents a different family situation.
What about your least favorite character?
Oh, definitely that woman in pink who works for the government. She's absolutely awful.
Everyone hates her. She's actually a brilliant villain because she represents bureaucratic evil rather than magical evil. She shows that ordinary people can be just as dangerous as dark wizards.
That's what makes her so creepy. She's polite and proper on the surface, but she's incredibly cruel underneath.
The author did such a good job creating different types of antagonists throughout the series. Not all evil looks the same.
Speaking of antagonists, what do you think about the main villain? Do you think he's a well-developed character?
I think so. His backstory is tragic, and you can understand how he became what he became, even though his choices are inexcusable.
The books explore his past more than the movies do, right?
Much more. There are entire chapters dedicated to showing his childhood and how he developed into the villain. It adds so much depth.
That's fascinating. See, this is why I should read all the books.
You really should. There's so many details that enrich the story. Like, there are whole subplots about the supporting characters that never made it into the films.
Can you give me an example without spoiling too much?
Well, there's much more about the house elves and their situation in the wizarding world. One of the main characters actually starts a campaign for their rights.
Really? That sounds interesting. I don't remember much about that from the movies.
It's barely in the movies at all, but in the books, it's a significant subplot that addresses themes of slavery and social justice.
Wow, the series tackles some heavy topics.
It does, especially as it progresses. It deals with death, prejudice, government corruption, media manipulation, and so much more.
That's probably why adults enjoy it too. It's not just a children's story.
Exactly. It grows up with its readers. The first book is quite lighthearted and childlike, but by the end of the series, it's dealing with war and sacrifice.
Let's talk about the magical school itself. If you could attend, which house would you want to be in?
Oh, I've thought about this so much. I think I'd want to be in the house that values intelligence and wit. What about you?
Probably the brave and daring house, though honestly, the loyal and hard-working house sounds pretty nice too.
The house sorting is such a clever device. It immediately creates identity and rivalry, which drives a lot of the plot.
And it reflects real-life groups and cliques. Every school has different social groups with different values.
True, though I always felt bad for the house that's associated with ambition and cunning. They're portrayed so negatively for most of the series.
Right? Not everyone from that house is evil, but the books definitely have a bias against them.
To be fair, the story is told from the protagonist's perspective, and he has reasons to dislike that house. But yes, it does paint them with a broad brush.
What about the teachers? Do you have a favorite?
I love the Transfiguration teacher, the strict but fair one who's also the deputy head. She's stern but deeply cares about her students.
She's great. I also really like the half-giant who teaches about magical creatures. He's so kind-hearted.
He's wonderful, though he does have a tendency to think dangerous creatures are adorable.
That's part of his charm. His lessons are always eventful.
What did you think about the plot twist regarding the potions teacher?
You mean the one who seems villainous but turns out to be more complex? That was brilliantly done, even in the movies.
His character arc is one of the most tragic in the series. The books really explore his motivations and his past.
I found his story heartbreaking. He's not a good person, but you understand why he does what he does.
Exactly. He's the definition of a morally gray character. The series does complexity really well.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the series holds up today, or is it just nostalgia?
I think it genuinely holds up. Yes, there's nostalgia, but the storytelling is solid, the characters are compelling, and the themes are timeless.
What about criticisms? The series has faced some controversy in recent years.
That's true. I think it's possible to appreciate the work while also acknowledging its flaws and the problematic statements the author has made.
That's a mature way to look at it. Separating the art from the artist is complicated.
It is, but for many people, including me, these books were formative and taught valuable lessons about love, friendship, and standing up for what's right.
Those are important themes. Did the books influence your values growing up?
Absolutely. They taught me about the importance of fighting against injustice, even when it's hard. They showed that ordinary people can do extraordinary things.
That's powerful. Stories really do shape how we see the world.
They do. And Harry Potter created a whole generation of readers. Many kids who started reading because of these books became lifelong readers.
That's a wonderful legacy. Getting kids excited about reading is so valuable.
Definitely. What about the movies? Do you have a favorite?
I really enjoyed the last two. They were darker and more intense, with great special effects and emotional moments.
Those are good. I think the third and sixth are my favorites cinematically. They're beautifully shot.
The sixth one has such an interesting tone. It balances teenage drama with the growing darkness really well.
It does, and it sets up the final conflict perfectly, though it leaves out a lot from the book.
What's the biggest thing they left out?
There's much more exploration of the villain's past and how certain magical objects work. It's crucial for understanding the plot, but the movie rushes through it.
I felt like I understood the movie, but maybe I was missing details.
The movies assume you've read the books sometimes. They have to condense so much that some explanations get skipped.
That makes sense. Each book is hundreds of pages, and they're trying to fit it into a 2-hour movie.
Exactly. That's why I always recommend reading the books. You get the full experience.
You're really selling them. I think I'm convinced to finish the series.
You should. Start from the beginning again. You'll notice so much more as an adult than you did as a kid.
That's a good point. Adult me would pick up on things child me missed.
Definitely. The foreshadowing and symbolism are incredible. The author planned the series meticulously.
I've heard she had the ending planned from the beginning.
She did. There are hints in the first book about things that don't become important until the last book. It's brilliant.
That's impressive storytelling. Not many authors can pull that off.
It really is. The series is a masterclass in plot structure and character development.
What impact do you think Harry Potter had on popular culture?
Enormous. It revitalized the young adult genre, created a massive fandom culture, improved that fantasy could be mainstream and commercially successful.
And it spawned theme parks, merchandise, and an entire entertainment empire.
The theme parks are amazing. Have you been?
I went to the one in Orlando. It was incredible. Drinking that butter-flavored beverage was a highlight.
I'm so jealous. I've always wanted to go. Was it crowded?
Very crowded, but worth it. Walking through the castle and the village felt magical.
That sounds amazing. It's on my bucket list for sure.
You'd love it as a superfan. There are so many details and references.
I bet. The attention to detail in the Harry Potter world is what makes it so immersive.
Before we wrap up, let me ask, if you could have any magical ability from the series, what would you choose?
Oh, that's hard. Maybe the ability to change my appearance? That seems useful. What about you?
I think I'd want to teleport instantly from place to place. Travel would be so much easier.
That would be amazing. No more long flights or traffic jams.
Exactly. Magic would make life so much more convenient.
though I think I'd miss some of the journey. Sometimes the getting there is part of the adventure.
That's very philosophical. See, this is why Harry Potter creates such good conversations.
It really does. The series gives us so much to discuss and think about.
Well, Sarah, I think we've had a great conversation about this beloved series.
We really have, and I hope our viewers enjoyed learning how to talk about books and movies in English.
Now let's do our vocabulary review to help everyone remember the useful expressions we use today.
Let's review 10 useful words and phrases for discussing books, movies, and stories.
Number 1. Adaptation. This noun means a movie, TV show, or play based on a book or other source material. Book-to-movie adaptation describes when a book becomes a film.
Number 2, subplots. These are secondary storylines that run alongside the main plot. The books have many subplots, means there are multiple stories happening at once.
Number 3. Character development. This phrase refers to how characters change and grow throughout a story. There's great character development, means the characters evolve in realistic, interesting ways.
Number 4, immersive. This adjective describes something that completely engages your attention and makes you feel like you're part of it. The magical world is immersive, means it feels real and draws you in completely.
Number 5. Whimsical. This adjective means playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an endearing way. Something whimsical is lighthearted and imaginative.
Number 6, angsty. This informal adjective means displaying or feeling angst, anxiety, worry, or teenage emotional turmoil. Harry is so angsty, means he's moody and troubled.
Number 7. Comic relief. This phrase means humorous content that provides a break from serious or tense moments in a story. A character who provides comic relief makes people laugh during dark times.
Number 8, antagonist. This noun means a character who opposes the protagonist, often the villain or enemy. It's the opposite of the protagonist or hero.
Number 9. Foreshadowing. This noun refers to hints or clues in a story about what will happen later. Good foreshadowing is subtle but becomes clear in retrospect.
Number 10, holds up. This phrase means remains good or relevant over time. Does it hold up? Asks whether something is still good when revisited later or by modern standards.
Those are 10 super useful expressions for discussing any book, movie, or TV show.
So, everyone, we've had such a fun conversation about Harry Potter today and learned lots of useful vocabulary for discussing stories.
I hope this showed you that talking about things you love is a great way to practice English naturally.
Now it's your turn. We have a question for you.
Here's our question. Have you read or watched Harry Potter? What's your favorite book or movie in the series? Or if you haven't experienced it, what's another book or movie series you love?
Share your thoughts in the comments. For example, my favorite is the third one because of the time travel, or I prefer reading fantasy books over watching movies.
We read every comment and we love hearing about what you enjoy. This is also great writing practice.
Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this conversation about Harry Potter.
And please subscribe to Unreal English and turn on notifications. We post new videos every week about interesting topics like this.
Share this video with friends who love Harry Potter or who are learning English. It's a fun way to practice.
Remember, discussing things you're passionate about is the best way to improve your English. When you care about the topic, learning feels natural and enjoyable.
Keep reading, keep watching, keep learning.
We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye! And remember, talking about stories you love in English helps you become a more confident speaker.